If you clicked on this video, it means that you feel somehow lost during your journey in this life. That's nothing strange. That's how our world right now is, and you are struggling to find your purpose in this life that seems meaningless. And I know that this sounds pessimistic, but it is true to some extent. But everything isn't lost, and we can find something. And by that I mean a sort of purpose. But in order to find that, you need to first of all understand that the purpose is primarily a word, and it is a product of our ability to think, and that the universe doesn't operate within this set of rules that we ascribe to it, and it doesn't abide to our will, and it isn't neither concerned about us nor malevolent. You know how they say that the universe is cold. Actually, it's not. The universe isn't nor cold nor warm. It's our interpretation of it. Because we, as human beings, crave some sort of connection, and we want to feel welcomed in this world. But the truth is that it's full of a lot of adversities, and thanks to our rationality, we are able to discern amongst what is beneficial to us and what is not. And that works on a superficial level. But if we zoom out a lot, so to speak, and look at the things at a larger scale, we kind of understand that our earthly concernings are meaningless. And this might sound discouraging for someone, for a lot of people. And that kind of amazes me, because since I started to believe that most of our existence is absurd, I feel better. It actually removes a lot of pressure from you, because you don't delegate so much importance to it, and you are finally free to live as you want. But that might not be suited for you. And I have a friend who also doesn't agree with me, and when we were having a conversation, he told me that I don't want to be that guy who tells his kids that it doesn't matter what you do because everything is pointless. And I didn't respond anything at that time, because I prefer usually to let people talk. But that stuck in my head, as everything that we discussed with him. And yeah, that amazed me, because it doesn't mean that it doesn't matter at all what you are doing. You know, we need to rediscover that childlike ability to do things just for the sake of doing them, you know, without a purpose. And I know that's difficult and counterintuitive and very difficult to achieve in this materialistic world concerned only with making money and showing off. But if you remind yourself of that power that kids have and the ability to brush off everything else and just be in the moment, then you might understand what I'm talking about. And you actually can do both. For example, if you have a goal, and it doesn't matter, money or success, which is also, I don't know, looking better, staying fit, it doesn't matter. You kind of think a little bit about it, like, what should I do in order to achieve this? And you also have to choose a purpose whose steps you would like, because otherwise you suffer too much and you won't be able to achieve it. And once you do that, you kind of have to forget that you are doing this with a motive in mind and just enjoy the moment. And in this way you can survive in this sort of adult life that doesn't allow us to live completely unhinged from discipline and responsibility. Sometimes you just gotta do things that you have to do, but still you have some spare time during which you can delve into that state of mind that facilitates joy. And what I want to say by all of that is that we make our purpose. And if this sort of nihilistic view about the world doesn't suit you, you can believe in God or another religion. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, everything is a result of our tendency to rationalize the world, even when we are recurring to mysticism, which is a step beyond regular logic. Because although they say that the intuition is contrary to rationality, you need to have a very well developed ability to think analytically in order to understand that the said ability has its limitations and you shouldn't rely too heavily on them. I think you get where I'm going at. So if you think that doesn't suit you, you have to, to choose what you are leaning more towards. But at the end of the day, there is no definite answer. And even when we are minimizing the importance of day-to-day life and of our conditioning, we are still losing our mind to do it. And even if we think that this is utterly meaningless, by the very fact that we are cognizant about it, we give it meaning because we use our logic to make sense of it. So even the sort of nihilistic view of the world, according to which everything doesn't have any sense and we are like the hero from the Greek mythology, Sisyphus, who just keeps pushing a giant boulder up a mountain, and when he arrives at the top, the ball falls down again, and he has to do it in an endless cycle, which is a rather depressive metaphor about our life. But you can be happy while doing it if you choose the right path, and you are not thinking that you are doing this with a definite intention and that you want to achieve something at any cost. So even that, it's still making sense of the world, even if we claim that it doesn't make sense. And speaking of which, I wanted to remind you and tell you an interesting fact, of which perhaps you are aware. It's like, in the Bible they say that in the beginning it was the Word, and the Word came from God. But in Greek they used it's called logos, but from logos comes also logic, and in the ancient Greek at least, logos also meant ration, not only word. So our ideas in some way create the world around us, and the meaning too, and the lack of it. And you just have to choose what suits the best for you, which is something difficult, I might understand. I might grant you that. But we have to be a little bit crazy in this life in order to survive, and have some obsession, like a strong thought that you are contemplating constantly. Otherwise, life can crush you. You just, have to believe that everything will work out fine. So yeah, if you do that, and if you don't ask too much the universe to give you a meaning, and just accept and revive that capacity to be in the moment, because as kids we never did something with a goal in mind, or at least not with a long distance goal. You are playing and you are enjoying it. Of course there is the spirit of competition, but still you are just doing something for the sake of it. And it amazes me how people feel so demotivated that there isn't, or that some believe that there isn't any deeper meaning behind all this, because you cannot tell for sure that there is and that there isn't. At the end of the day, you have to believe. And that surprises me because, well, if there is no meaning, I just am able to enjoy myself and do some things. You have to rely on that sort of egotistic proclivity, that inner drive that doesn't allow you to sit idle for too long, and yeah, that's it. But you also have to learn how to couple it with some pragmatism, because life can force us to do activities that we are not inclined to and do not want to do. But we have to accept it and do it. And in this way, you have to be similar to, a dancer or any type of performer who still does it relying heavily on his intuition and instincts, but at the same time knowing that he does this for someone and that he has a definite set of rules that he has to follow. And that's how it is. You have to embrace contradiction in order to survive. And that will be it for today.